So boys, sometimes we love them, sometimes we don't, sometimes they're annoying.
Yeah.
I know that you have some recent history with not so good boy situation, and you also waited till you were older to have your first kiss. Tell us about, what have you learned about relationships? What have you loved? What have you, anything?
Where do I start?
Why did you decide to wait till you were older to share your first kiss?
I don't know if it was that I waited per se. I mean, I did have like a little peck when I was like 14. I don't know. I wasn't super into that world of dating when I was younger. I was focused on school. I honestly, I was so busy. Like, I was figuring myself out first. I had school and I had dance and I was trying to start my career. Like, I moved to Hollywood. Like, the last thing on my mind I had was dating. And yeah, it wasn't until I think when I was like 15, I was ready to have my first kiss. It just didn't actually happen until I was 16.
Is there anything that you appreciated about that? You know, some people just kind of throw them away like it's not a big deal. And for you, it seemed more significant.
When a guy kisses a girl, people are like, oh yeah, cool, you kissed a girl. And when a girl does, it's like, oh, you already kissed a boy. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of a weird double standard that I don't love. I think you should wait until you feel ready and you feel like you're kissing him because you want to, not because you feel like you have to, or to be popular, or because, you know, so-and-so kissed him, so I should. But I also think that there should be so much pressure on it as like, I'm going to wait until it's perfect. And then that's the other thing, is it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, guys, my first kiss ever, like the peck, was super awkward. My first actual, like, kiss was probably worse. And then I finally had what I consider my first kiss with the first love of my life. So you can have as many first kisses as you need to get it right. Don't freak out if the first one isn't great. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I like how you categorized it. There's like the love first kiss and the crush, you know.
Yeah, there's like the peck, there's the crush, there's the really creepy guy who tries to stick your tongue down your throat. I'm not calling any names, but like, dude, don't do it like that. And then there's the first time you kiss someone who you're falling in love with, and that's kind of the one that I still get butterflies when I think about it. I think I always will.
So then when that relationship doesn't go as planned,
Right.
You were dating your best friend for a long time.
I was.
You recently broke up.
We did.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
And it's still hard.
Of course.
But what's something that you've learned or that you've taken away?
It does get easier over time. You know, everybody says that and it feels like your world is collapsing. It does. I think the thing I learned is you can't prepare yourself for it as much as you try. I mean, I was never the girl who was like, we're gonna get married. Like, I always knew, I was like, this is an incredible relationship. I'm completely in love with you. There's a large chance it's gonna end at some point and it's gonna really suck really bad. And I thought that knowing that would mean I wouldn't be hurt when it did. But that's just not how it works. Like, when you emotionally invest your life into something, you know, it's hard when it ends. But then it's okay. And it gets to a point where you don't, you know, think about it all the time. You just think about it a lot of the time, and then you think of it most of the time, and then you think about it some of the time, and you know, it gets better. So
Hang in there.
yeah, it's gonna be all right. You may still cry every time you hear your song, but then it'll be better. Once that song stops playing on the radio, you'll be good.